Hey folks, what's up? This is tusharpariya and I am here to ask you one question today. If you are the one who has been always wanting to become interior designer but material is kind of bugging you all the time, I'm going to tell you what are the basic materials which is used in the interiors. Okay? So the first material is very simple, which is wood. Now, when you look at the wood, there's a solid wood, okay, that you see that directly comes from the tree. Now, we cannot keep on using solid wood because it the exhaust the tree will get exhaust so faster. The forest will get exhaust so faster. So the chips are made of the wood and then it is converted into plywood. The third is the MDF, which is kind of sawdust, which is processed with some sort of a resin, and then it is made into artificial wood. The third is a veneer, which is actual wood skin is pasted on the plywood. And the fifth one, which I said, is about the hardwood. Hardwood is like the direct wood that we use, so it is a plank. The second one I'm going to tell you the material is the stone. Now, when it comes to the stone, there are two types of stone, right? One is artificial stone and one is natural stone. So, natural stone you must have come across many. The very first natural stone that we all grew up seeing is the Indian marble and Indian granite. Then there is the era came wherein the material started coming, the stone started coming from Italy, and it is called as Italian marble. So we have Indian marble and Italian marble and granite. There is a third which started in the market, which is artificial stone, which is a nano. Okay, so there is a G5 and G4. There's a different variety of artificial marble. For you to understand that it is artificial marble, this is enough. And there is one more, which is the quartz. Right. So the quartz is also nothing but a sand sawdust, which is processed and made into different colors and thickness. So that is again it's a stone. Now the stone is everyone cannot afford because it's little expensive. It ranges from 100 rupees per square feet to even 2000 rupees per square feet. So for the basic tiling of the floor, okay, so to cover the floor, the vitrified tiles came into the picture, and before vitrified tiles came into the picture, we had a ceramic tiles into the picture. Nowadays also the bathrooms and all, mostly it is covered with the ceramic tiles, and the difference between the ceramic tile and the vitrified tile is the manufacturing process and basically a sand. So this is all about the stone. Now let's look into the third material, which is metal. Now metal, that first metal is iron, right? So which is called as MS in the interior industry. So this MS can be used for multi-purpose thing, and it can be painted. Okay. Now it comes in a different form. So even if it is in the when the structure is made, so then it is called as structural steel, which is ISMB and all those stuff. So for interiors, you don't have to worry for all that. So for interiors, generally the tubes, the MS tubes are used, which are square tubes and round tubes, or sometimes it is a rectangle tube. The second material in metal is SS, which is extensively used in interiors. So you must have seen the handles for the door, the glass door handles, and these are SS. So it is a stainless steel. The kitchen utensils are of stainless steel. So the same kind of a finish is basically a stainless steel. The third is cast iron. Now this cast iron is also a type of iron only, but it is little harder than the MS. MS is little mild and it can be bent and all that. So for manufacturing of cast iron, there is a different kind of a process. So I don't know if you guys have seen any of the or noticed any of the staircase. In the earlier days there was a spiral staircase used to be there beside any of the old buildings, or inside the building also there used to be a spiral stairs with some floral kind of a stuff. So that is a cast iron. So they cast the iron, right? So whatever shape they want to make it, so they cast iron. That is how it is known as a cast iron. And there is one more material in the metal is a GI. Now GI is a galvanized iron. It is a form of iron only, but it is called as galvanized iron. For example, in case if you want me to give you you have seen the fall ceiling when it is under construction, and there are channels that are put inside, right? So you can see it is somewhat like a milky kind of a metal, which is not even steel, not even iron. So that is nothing but a galvanized iron. So there is a galvanized, there is a process where the galvanized is mixed with iron, and it is called as galvanized iron, very commonly known as a GI. So that is about the metal. Okay. Now let's talk about the fourth material is the paint, which is without which the interior cannot be completed. When it comes to the paint, there are two types of paint. One is the wall paint, and second is the metal paint. If you see, there's a wall behind me, so there's a wall paint done on it. But if you can see this stick below here, this is the metal, and there is a metal paint done on it. So two types of paint. When it comes to the wall, there is two types of paint. When it comes to the wall paint, there is a royal, luster, and emulsion. These three types of paint. And you can just go ahead and watch my video on my YouTube channel, which is the LatitudePro.in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be putting link below in the description box. If you're watching this on Insta or Facebook, I'll be putting even link below. So you can just go ahead and watch the entire video on YouTube in order to understand the paint in detail. But as far as a basic idea of interior is concerned, you need to understand that one paint which happens on the wall and one paint which happens on the metal. Now, when we go further onto the metal, the paint is commonly known as a 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐿, right? So this 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐿 can even happen on the wood. So we do some paneling in interiors, and then that paneling can be covered with a 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 paint. It looks beautiful, it is a glossy, and there is a nice metallic finish that it gives to the wood. Another place 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 happens is the metal. Now, the car body is nothing but a 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 paint. It is an automobile paint, but in industry it is very casually known as a 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸. Okay, so 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 is the brand, and the car body is nothing but a 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 paint. 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸 paint even happens on the plywood and MDF both. The third element in the paint is polishing. Okay, so whenever you have used veneer, as I told you in the wood section, that there's the veneer, which is like thin wood piece, and then it is put on a plywood or any other wooden surface, and then it is polished. So this polishing is protecting the wood from the environment, right? So your environment is dry, or maybe it is moist or something, so it protects from the environment. So there is a melamine is one of the coating which happens, and there is one other which is PU, which is polyurethane. So it's a kind of a clear coating that happens. Melamine makes the veneer go little pale. I mean, there is some percentage of color is added actually, so it makes the veneer little pale. So if you're using lighter shade of veneer or something, don't go for melamine. You'll have to go for a clear PU. Okay. Now the last material, which is fifth material, is glass. Glass is like extensively again used in interiors everywhere. Anyways, your windows, and if you have a glass door, the glasses are used. Now, but there are different I would say types in the glass. So first is definitely a clear glass that you see everywhere, the doors and windows that we use. Now in this doors and windows, you have a tinted glass also. So let's say, suppose if the sunlight is coming from outside, and you want that light to be kind of controlled. You don't want the entire light to be coming into the house, and so some sort of heat kind of you want to cut off. So it is known as a UV glasses also, because there is some UV coating done, and it is called as tinted glass also, and that stops some sort of heat coming into it. There is one more glass, it does the same thing, called as a reflective glass. So there is a reflective coating done on the glass. When the sunlight falls on it, it gets reflected. So the most of the rays are reflected back, and there is no heat transmission happens into the in the interior space. Another is the frosted glass. So now the clear glass, when there is some treatment happens, either the treatment with the acid or sandblasting or some or other way, or even in some cases they put a film. So if this process happens, then the glass becomes frosted. Now frosted means there is some level of visibility is kind of blocked of the glass. Otherwise the glass is clear, right? So when this frosting is done, the visibility is blocked, but you see some movement happening inside. If it is like door is put up, you can see some movement happening inside, but the visibility is not that clear. Okay. And another is a colored or a back painted glass. So I'll tell you, the Saint Gobain is very well known up for this glass, wherein they have a colored glass. So a lot of kitchen backsplash or writing boards, people use back painted glass. So these are the five materials which is generally used, and the whole interiors revolve around this. So I hope that now you have got this five materials and you have understood it. So there's nothing which I am able to break that havoc or a myth that you are holding, that there's so much of material and the interior is doing difficult. And if you are the one who has always been looking to become an interior designer, DM me knock knock, and I am going to let you in one of my private group where I share the tricks and tips, and there are some opportunities wherein you can become interior designer in 90 days. See you guys there. Thank you. This is Tusharpariya signing off.